Bell and the Toronto Blue Jays take on the Twins. Bottom of the second inning, Dave Stieb, the starter for the Blue Jays, gets Randy Johnson on the big breaking ball in the outside corner, and Bush is strikeout victim number 3 for Stieb. Top of the fourth inning, Greg Myers will get the Blue Jays on the board with a base hit to center field. Fred McGriff rounds third base and scores, and the Blue Jays lead 1-0. Still in the top half of the fourth inning, Junior Felix will get a ground ball base hit to right field that goes in the hole between first and second base. Myers comes around to score from second base, RBI 49 for Felix, and the Blue Jays lead this game 2-0. That's the way it would stand until the bottom half of the seventh inning. The Twins will finally get on the board as Randy Bush will get a line drive base hit to right center field off of reliever Dwayne Ward. Kirby Puckett scores RBI 16 for Randy Bush, and the Toronto Blue Jays lead 2-1 through 7. Top of the ninth inning, 3-1 Toronto. Fred McGriff will crush a 2-run homer to left field off of Juan Berenguer. His 28th home run, he picks up George Bell, RBI 70 and 71 for McGriff. The Blue Jays lead 5-1. That would be the final score in the bottom of the ninth inning. Dwayne Ward gets Kent Hrbek to ground out to end the ball game. The Blue Jays win 5-1. Dave Stieb, the winner, he's 16-4. He's won 5 of his last 6 games. He's 3-0 versus the Twins this year. Scott Erickson, the loser, he's 3-3. Ward picks up his 9th save as the Blue Jays move within a game of the Red Sox in the AL East.
Walk-on. This Kansas City Royals in Milwaukee to start a 3-game weekend series. In the top of the first, they're off to a good start as George Brett takes Teddy Higuera deep to right field for the solo home run. And this puts KC up 1-0 in the top of the first inning as George Brett cracks his 9th home run on the year. But then in the bottom of the second, Milwaukee will counter that quickly as red-hot Rob Deere steps to the plate. He takes Tom Gordon out of the park in left center field. This another solo home run as Rob Deere hits his 23rd home run of the year. He gets RBI number 61 as the score's tied 1-1. But then in the bottom of the third, B.J. Surhoff grounds out to Frank White. This allows Billy Spires to come in and score as Milwaukee goes up 2-1. After this, the score remaining 2-1. Throughout the rest of the game, things get a little quiet. But then in the bottom of the 8th, Big Dave Parker, the Cobra, lays down, yes, a bunt single. As we take another look, Dave Parker's perfectly placed bunt single as he gets a laugh down at first base. The score would remain 2-1 to the top of the ninth when Dan Plesac would come in. He would just throw one pitch to Gerald Perry, would hit the sinking line drive, and Mike Felder makes a nice running catch as Milwaukee goes on to win 2-1. Teddy Higuera gets a win, he's 7-5. Tom Gordon gets a loss, he's 8-9. And Dan Plesac picks up save number 20.
In St. Louis to take on the Cardinals Friday evening, and in the bottom of the second inning, the Cardinals with a 1-0 lead would make it 3-0. Vince Coleman facing Bill Gullickson on the mound for the Astros, and Coleman with this single up the middle, scoring on the plate Milt Thompson and Jose Oquendo. RBIs 34 and 35 for Coleman. Coleman will be nailed at second, but the run score, and it's 3-0. In the bottom of the fourth, the Cardinals would score 2 more to take a 5-0 lead. First one coming on this Todd Zeile solo homer to left center, his 13th home run of the season, RBI 41. The other on a Gullickson wild pitch. Meanwhile, Bob Tewksbury perfect through the first 6 innings. Here he strikes out Dave Rode, his second strikeout of the game, as it was 5-0 St. Louis. But in the top of the 8th inning, Tewksbury would lose the no-hitter and perfect game as Franklin Stubbs hits the first pitch of the inning into left field for this double. Bob Tewksbury's perfect game is over. He had gone the first 7 innings, getting the first 21 batters. Bob Tewksbury had the perfect game through 7, but Franklin Stubbs breaks it up in the top of the 8th. And that's all the Astros could muster off Tewksbury. He'll go the distance, getting the complete game, just a one-hitter, retiring 27 of 28 batters. Tewksbury now 8-3 on the year, while Gullickson drops to 8-10. Cardinals win it 5-0.
Road trip, they play the California Angels. Top of the third inning, Mike Boddicker on the mound for the Red Sox. Johnny Ray with a ground ball to Jody Reed. Carlos Quintana gives way to Boddicker, who drops the ball. Ray runs into Mike Boddicker, and he's on the ground for a few minutes. He grabs his ankle. So we take one more look at the play. The collision between Ray and Boddicker, but Boddicker would remain in the game. Bottom of the 5th inning, Tom Brunansky would get a base hit taken away from him as Dickie Schofield at shortstop will pick up his ground ball towards left field. He throws him out at first base as Lee Stevens makes a nice scoop to get Brunansky out. A nice play by Schofield and Stevens. Top of the 6th inning. Boddicker cruising right along, gets Brian Downing looking at a nasty breaking pitch for strikeout victim number 6, and there's no score through 6. Top of the 9th inning, Red Sox shortstop Luis Rivera will not be able to field this Devon White ground ball, and it goes into left field. White hustles around, and he'll end up at second base. He'll later come around and steal third base. He'll be at third when Johnny Ray will step up to the plate for the Angels. He'll get a base hit to right field off of Mike Boddicker. Devon White scores from third, RBI 26 for Ray, and it's 1-0 California. That would be all that starter and finisher Chuck Finley would need. In the bottom of the 9th inning, he strikes out Ellis Burks to end the game. The Angels win 1-0 on the complete game shutout by Finley, who ups his record to 16-5, while Mike Boddicker drops to 11-8.
He's back home trying to pick up a win against the Seattle Mariners after dropping 6 straight at the end of the West Coast swing. In the bottom of the first, Mel Hall rips Bill Swift to center field. Ken Griffey Jr. has a little trouble with it at the track, and Steve Sachs comes in to score. So Mel Hall rips his 41st RBI of the year, and the Yanks go up 1-0. And in the bottom of the 4th, the Yanks keep things going as Randy Velarde steps to the plate, with Billy Swift still on the mound. Here he grounds a single to center field. This brings around Matt Noakes to score. And the Yankees go up 2-0 at the end of 4 innings. And in the top of the 6th, Yankee starter Andy Hawkins with the no-hitter going. Bases loaded. Here he gets Alvin Davis to ground into the 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. And then later on the bench, Stump Merrill had a few encouraging words for Hawkins. Hawkins holds his no-hitter through 6 innings. But Andy Hawkins would lose his no-hitter in a big way in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Edgar Martinez steps to the plate, and he takes Hawkins deep to left field for the 2-run shot. Pete O'Brien aboard, and this ties the score at 2-2. As Andy Hawkins loses his no-hitter in the top of the 7th inning. But the Yanks would come back in the bottom of the 8th as Rick Cerone steps to the plate, and he hits the chopper down the line. Edgar Martinez, the once hero of the game, turns goat as his throws too high at first base. This allows Oscar Azucar to come in and score, and the Yanks go up 3-2. Then in the top of the 9th, closer Dave Righetti comes in. He gets Jeffrey Leonard to ground out for the last out of the game. Yanks hold on to win 3-2. Lee Gutterman's the winner. He's 8-14. Billy Swift, the loser. He's 5-3. And Dave Righetti picks up save number 25 on the year.
Tomorrow Friday evening to take on the Orioles. Bottom of the 2nd inning, the Orioles go in front 1-0 as Sam Horn hits his 10th homer of the year. RBI number 25, this solo shot to right field off of starter Bob Welch as the Orioles take the lead. Still in the bottom of the 2nd, the Orioles would go up 2-0. David Segui, RBI number 52, a single through the middle, scoring Mickey Tettleton from second base, and the Orioles with that 2-0 lead. It remained 2-0 till the top of the 5th, when the A's would come up with 7 runs in the inning off of starter John Mitchell. The first is Mike Gallego single to left field past Worthington and Ripken. RBI 30 for Gallego as Ron Hassey comes in. Then Carney Lansford would give the A's the 3-2 lead. Lansford picking up 2 RBIs to right field as he scores Felix Jose and Gallego on the play. But the A's weren't finished yet. 4 more runs would come across, 3 of them on this Mark McGwire shot. Home run number 31 for McGwire. The 3 RBIs give him 81 on the season. McGwire giving the A's a 6-2 lead at this point. It was 7-2 at the end of the inning. The final would be 8-3 as the two teams would exchange runs. Bob Welch getting the victory to become the Major's first 20-game winner. He is 20-4, giving up just 3 runs in 8 innings pitched. Dennis Eckersley came on to pitch the 9th. To end it, 8-3 the final. John Mitchell drops to 5-5.
Ted H. making the gutsy marriage proposal to Linda O. in Detroit as Cleveland and Detroit start a 3-game series. Top of the 1st, speedster Alex Cole on first base, no outs. Jerry Brown pops up to Alan Trammell. He lets the ball drop so as to get the speedster Cole at second base for the first out of the inning. This play would pay off because Deion James comes up and grounds out for the double play to end the inning. Heads up play by Alan Trammell. Then in the bottom of the 4th with Cecil Fielder at the plate, Fielder fouls one off, and Mike Heath makes the mistake of trying to stop the ball as he pays dearly for trying to get a hand on one of Cecil Fielder's shots. Then just 2 pitches later, with Alan Trammell going on the pitch, Cecil Fielder rips Tom Candiotti to right center field. Trammell will come all the way around to score. This puts Detroit up 1-0 as Cecil Fielder picks up RBI number 96 on the year. But Fielder wouldn't stop there. It's in the bottom of the sixth with Alan Trammell aboard. Tom Candiotti still on the mound. Fielder takes Candiotti deep to left field for home run number 38 on the year. And RBIs number 97 and 98 as Detroit goes up 3-0. Then in the top of the ninth, the Indians trying to get a rally going with the rally caps on. But Jack Morris pitching his sixth complete game of the season. Here he gets Corey Snyder to fly out to left field for the last out of the game as Detroit goes on to win 3-0. Morris gets the win. He's 10-15. Tom Candiotti goes the distance but gets the loss. He's 12-8. As Detroit wins 3-0.